It's the all-new Vibe, Houston's Culture, Evolution at KTSU 90.9. Michele McKnight here on another Women Crushing It Wednesday. And, of course, that means that we have a dope woman who is definitely crushing it in the Houston area, a fantabulous entrepreneur. And she's not far from the campus of Texas Southern University. So welcome to the show, Ella.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. And so you're dangerous, first of all. And the reason I say that is because your specialty is baking sweets.
Yes.
Which is something that almost everybody tries to stay away from. However,
Yes.
it just continuously calls your name. That's just what it comes down to.
And nobody ever wants to send it to voicemail. They pick up every time.
Well, the good thing about it, though, is that not only do you own a bakery, you actually have a vegan bakery. So, some of the things I guess that would be a little more harmful in your typical baked goods is not something that people would traditionally get from your shop. But I don't want to mispronounce the name because I tried to say it to myself and I feel like I'm not saying it correctly. So what is the name of the vegan bakery that you own?
So the name of my bakery is called Crumbville, Texas Bakery.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not actually a vegan bakery, but it's a bakery that offers vegan options.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people know me for the vegan options because you really can't tell the difference between the vegan and the non-vegan. They're both equally as delicious. But it's called Crumbville, Texas Bakery.
And where does Crumbville come from?
So Crumbville comes from two things. So my customers call themselves Crumbheads. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm obsessed with Jermaine Lamar Cole, also known as J. Cole. And J. Cole has a record label called Dreamville. So Dreamville meets Crumbheads equals Crumbville. So that's where it came from.
That's deep right there.
It's a community, it's a community of crumb lovers, and then like my love for him and his music just merged together.
So a love of music mixed with a love of food and a love of baked goods, and that is where Crumbville comes from.
Yes, music is definitely intricately woven into my business. I did a lot of. In the beginning, a lot of pop-up shops at like concerts and music events. I was known as a chick with the green backpack because I would always show up to these concerts with my green backpack full of cookies, and I would just be selling them in the in the crowd. So.
PG and PG-13 cookies.
Yes. No. Just yes. These calls may be monitored for quality insurance. Don't try to incriminate me.
I love that. So how long and kind of like where did your journey with getting involved in cooking, baking in general, where did that start?
So interestingly enough, when my sons were 3 and 9, they both signed up to bring treats to school for a holiday party. And I was going through a financial hardship. So I did not have the money to buy them treats, but I had flour, butter, sugar, and eggs in my pantry. So I literally just scraped up some change, went and bought some chocolate chips, and followed the recipe on the back of the bag, made them both chocolate chip cookies, and sent them to school with them. And the leftovers I took with me to work, which at the time was Southwestern Bell, now known as AT&T. And my coworkers loved them. So they started asking me to make them for holiday parties, potlucks, different birthdays, and that's kind of how it got started. So
making something out of nothing,
or like I say, using what you have.
Yeah,
because you always have what you need.
That's deep right there. Okay. All right. Well, and we're going to have Miss Ella here on the show, of course, the entire hour for Women Crushing It Wednesday. So we are talking all things that are baked goods, PG and PG-13 baked goods here, as well as her bakery that she has here in the 3rd Ward area. So make sure to keep those radios locked in here to the Evolution of KTSU 90.9. We are the Vibe. Michele McKnight here on the all-new Vibe. It's Houston's Culture, powered by KTSU 90.9, Women Crushing It Wednesday. And as always, of course, we love to give the disclaimer that if there is a woman that you would like to recognize or have recognized here in the Houston area that is making some moves, influencing people in a positive way, you can always nominate them to be a guest on Women Crushing It Wednesday up at vibehouston.com. And we have Miss Ella, who is the founder and creator of Crumbville, Texas, here in the building, which which is a bakery that is located here in the 3rd Ward area, which is a beautiful thing. And she has regular goods, regular baked goods, treats, as well as some vegan options that you can come in and partake in that make you feel not as guilty.
Right.
But aside from that, I hear that you have some other talents and that you actually like to spit on the mic every now and then.
What? Wait, who told you that?
I don't know, just like a little birdie, like here and there. And they told me that you're like the freestyle queen.
No, wow. Yeah, sometimes I can be. I'm always like, everything is a song. Everything is can be a rap. I love music. My mom is a church musician. So I grew up in the church and around music. We've always had a piano in our house. So, and I just love music. So it's always, when my kids were growing up, especially my oldest son, he was not a follower of rules. He really didn't like that. So I would always make up songs to try to make him remember what he needed to do for the day. So every morning in the car, we would do this little rap that I made up to try to remind him of what to do. And it was his name is Dedrick, so it's my name is Dedrick. I will decide to make good choices all the time. When my teacher is talking, I am listening. When she gives directions, I will follow them. Talking to my friends is very disruptive. If I need to talk, I'll raise my hand. These are rules I understand. If I need something like that. And so we would say this every morning in the car, and he would just be hyped and throwing his hands up. And then 30 minutes later, I would get a call from the school saying Dedrick was not sitting down. He was not raising his hand to talk. So, but it was my effort to try to make him, make it fun for him to follow directions and be productive. It was just always some type of song or some type of rap or some type of something to try to keep it innovative and keep him interested in.
And fast forward to 2021, and now he actually makes music himself.
He actually makes music now. Yes, he's a traveling artist. He lives out back and forth from here in LA. He's out doing music, so it's very interesting. It worked to some extent. It didn't work in the classroom, but outside of the classroom is actually putting money in his pocket, which is the ultimate goal as a parent for your kids to finally get it.
At the end of the day, productive people produce productive people.
Yeah.
The process may not be the same way, and we all obtain different levels of whatever our insight at different ages. But they nonetheless, though, that's a beautiful thing. Well, tell everybody where they can come in if they have never been to your shop, where exactly it's located.
Sure. So the shop is located in the heart of 3rd Ward, on the bottom floor of the historic El Dorado Ballroom. Across from Emancipation Park. The address is 2316 Elgin. Like I said, it's on the corner of Elgin and Emancipation. There's big orange and white yellow lettering on the window that says Crumbville. I know a lot of people like to call it Crumble or Crumbleville, but it's not Crumble. There is a different space that's the name of their shop that came after me. But it's called Crumbville Texas Bakery. Some people may know it as Edubalicious Treats. Edubalicious Treats is what it started off as. It's actually the product. I used to do wholesale for different spaces like Sunshine, Health Food and Vegetarian Deli, and different spaces would carry my treats. So the treats themselves are Edubalicious Treats, and the storefront is Crumbville Texas Bakery.
Okay, and they can find you on Instagram.
They can find me on Instagram under Edubalicious Treats. You can also Google Crumbville. You can Google goodasscookies.com. It'll take you right to my site. Shout out to my original web developer, Jane Vora. She was working on my website. This probably has to be 12 years ago. And she was eating cookies and she's like, dang, girl, these are some good ass cookies. And I was like, .com. And so we laughed about it. She Googled it and it was available. So she purchased it from me right away. And I've owned it ever since. So whatever you Google, goodasscookies.com, it'll take you to Edubalicious Treats or Crumbville, Texas Bakery, because we do have some good ass cookies.
And you need to make sure that you actually make your way into Crumbville, Texas, so that way you can see just how good those cookies are. So,
and a lot of people like my signature cupcakes, which are called stuffed cups. They're cupcakes that have one of my cookies baked on the inside. So. All of the cupcakes have a cookie inside, so you get a treat inside of a treat.
Do your workout before and after, friends.
Or you can jog in place while you eat it. So it's like you never ate it.
However you get it done. Well, I appreciate you, Ella. Definitely wish you the best of luck.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Be, hopefully my nutritionist isn't listening, but I will be stopping in to partake. Maybe even here at the end of this week, because my birthday is on Friday. So
nice.
We'll
yeah, stop by and get a birthday. I love giving birthday treats, so stop by and get a treat.
Okay, I'll do that.
She might make an exception for
me then.
Just edit this part out. I won't tell her.
Our birthday is the same day, so maybe if I get one for her too, then she won't go as hard on me. So
maybe
we'll see. But thank you again. Appreciate it.
Oh no, you're more than welcome. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
And of course, we will have all of Ella's information for your information up on our Instagram. So make sure that you click that follow button at The Vibe Houston. And as always, again, friends, if you would like to nominate a guest to be a guest on Women Crushing It Wednesday, you can do so up at vibehouston.com.